Picture a quiet, working-class neighborhood mostly home to minority families. Suddenly, police cars are everywhere, stopping residents for minor issues. These officers are following orders from an algorithm predicting where crime will happen next. Predictive policing systems like PredPol disproportionately target certain communities. The algorithm is fed historical arrest data, reflecting decades of biased policing. It marks these neighborhoods as crime hotspots, sending more patrols and leading to more arrests for minor offenses. Each new arrest is fed back into the system, confirming its own predictions. Residents experience this as harassment, not safety. Trust between the community and police erodes, all because of a flawed, opaque algorithm. This is a weapon of math destruction, amplifying bias under the guise of objectivity. Predictive policing algorithms are pattern finders, trained on past crime data, type, time, and location. They generate daily hotspot maps directing officers to patrol specific areas. The promise: smarter, fairer policing by replacing human bias with data. But the model assumes arrest data reflects all crime, which it doesn't. Affluent neighborhoods may have as much crime, but if it's not policed, it's invisible to the algorithm. The system only sees where police have historically made arrests. The algorithm projects past biases into the future. Departments with a history of targeting certain communities will see those patterns reinforced. Instead of correcting prejudice, the system automates and legitimizes it. The result, a cycle of bias harder to challenge because it's cloaked in data. Predictive policing's core problem is its data. Arrests, reports, and calls shaped by human bias. Decades of over-policing in minority neighborhoods skew the data from the start. Algorithms can't tell the difference between more crime and more surveillance. They simply mark places with more arrests as high risk, sending more officers there. This starts a feedback loop. More patrols mean more minor infractions recorded, which feeds the algorithm. The system's accuracy is an illusion, it's just confirming its own bias. Social and economic context is ignored. Communities become dots on a map, marked for suspicion. The cycle continues, deepening mistrust and perpetuating inequality. Predictive policing reduces complex realities to numbers, missing the bigger picture. Real-world studies confirm the dangers of algorithmic bias. ProPublica found the Compass Risk tool was twice as likely to falsely flag black defendants as future criminals. In Oakland, researchers showed PredPol sent more patrols to minority neighborhoods when trained on arrest data, but not when using unbiased public health data. The tool wasn't predicting crime, it was predicting where police had already focused. The AI Now Institute found predictive policing systems lacked scientific validation and often failed to reduce crime. These findings move the debate from theory to fact. Algorithms can automate discrimination. They give a scientific veneer to biased policing, concentrating power in already marginalized communities. The promise of fairness is undermined by flawed data and lack of oversight. The evidence is clear. These tools reinforce rather than fix systemic problems. We must question the foundation of these technologies. If AI is to be used in policing, radical transparency is essential. Algorithms and their data must be open to independent audits for bias and accuracy. Human oversight is crucial. Algorithms should inform, not dictate, police actions. Officers need training to understand these tools' limits and use their own judgment. Community input is vital. Decisions about surveillance must involve public hearings and review boards. We must rethink what data we use, focusing on community well-being, not just arrests. Data on mental health, education, and employment can guide resources to prevention, not just enforcement. Predictive systems should support communities, not just police them. With transparency and accountability, technology can serve the public good. Without it, we risk automating injustice. We're at a crossroads. AI could help police overcome bias and prevent harm if designed well. But today's systems often amplify inequality, learning from and reinforcing past prejudices. Without transparency and oversight, these tools risk becoming automated oppression. We must demand proof that these systems are fair and effective. Justice can't be a black box. Algorithms must be open to scrutiny. The debate isn't just about technology, but about the society we want. The choice is ours, shaped by the values and safeguards we demand.